So after 13, it's 126 for 2. SPZ Legends. We sincerely apologize for the technical issues that we had. That's going to be 5 runs. A wide and a boundary. Not a good start to this over for Mohammad Maroof. That's a wayward delivery down the leg side. The keeper missed it as well. And the ball went all the way. RCC SPZ Legends. Both the batters, Abu Musa Bijli, that's lifted up. Will just be a single. All these pictures are coming to you live from Puberga Krida Shikha Pratishthan Ground 1. You are watching Boshundhara Sports City Last Man Stands Dhaka League, powered by Ace and sponsored by T Sports. That's clipped off the pads. They're coming back for the second and they make it. Make it. Yes. It was tough, but eventually safely home. That's struck hard. Down the ground. Right in front of the side screen for a maximum. And that's the 50 for Rakin Ahmed. A great knock comes to a close for now, at least. As per the rule of last man stands cricket, if a batter hits a 50, then he needs to go back as the part of mandatory retirement. It's Mohammad Jomirul Islam who straight away gets off the mark. There was a throw as well from the bowler, but that didn't really hit the stumps. So it's 141 on the board in loss of 2 wickets. SPZ Legends, they're on the mission of a mammoth total on the board. Remember, it's an 18 over game. 2 overs have been curtailed. Thus, something around 180 will certainly be a substantial total. With that single, over number 14 is gone. It's 142 for 2. So once again, it's going to be Mazharul Ahmed, I beg your pardon, who started the proceedings. Will be here for his 3rd over. 13 runs from the first 2 overs and has been the most stingy bowler from cricketers Comilla. Well bowled. Eyeing for that block hole zone is Mazharul Ahmed. And that's what he needs to do. At the business end, you can't really bowl short. You have to be as tight as possible. The new batter, Mohammad Jomirul Islam, will be on strike. SPZ legends, they will be hoping for some fireworks to complete this innings, since they're on the verge of heading towards a substantial total. They would love to play some shots like these. Oh yes, that's gone miles. Someone just go and fetch that one. I reckon the ball has been lost as well. The umpire will have to look for another one, but that was absolutely a juicy short delivery. The batter was sitting back for a delivery like this. As soon as he got it, he dispatched that way back. Goes again, straight down the ground. Oh yes, that's been nailed for a boundary. A 6, that's been followed by a 4. And 150 comes up as well on the board for SPZ legends. And right from the wide go, Mohammad Jomirul Islam is showing his attitude. That was struck really hard, almost hit the bowler. Fortunately, he wasn't hurt. Otherwise, if the ball hit him, then he would be hurt. And all of a sudden, Mazharul Ahmed was the most economical bowler from the double C side, has become one of the most expensive one. 9.23 is his economy right now. That just rose after this over boundary and boundary. Once again, straight down the ground. Fielder will just watch it sail over his head for 6. 16 runs from the last 3. Mazharul Ahmed is under the pump. Not good bowling in my opinion. Once again dropped a little short. And Jomirul just cashed that one in. Kept a little low this time around. Ends the over. Well, but certainly an expensive one. After 15, it's 159 for 2. Driven straight down the ground. Ahmed Saifullah for his first over of this innings. That's quite interesting. A new bowler has been introduced at the 16th over of this innings, while it's an 18 over game. Where was he throughout this innings? Also, he's a spinner, not even a fast bowler. Bowls a wayward delivery, and that's a no ball. Well, 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 what are you doing, Ahmed Saifullah? Alright. So there are some restrictions as well because that swung away leg side and that's been disappeared all the way for half a dozen. MD Jamil Islam is dealing in 6s. That was the third 6 from his willow. And he's on a mode of competition that which one can be the biggest. Well, 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 that's not the way of bowling. The second no ball of this over. And there will be a free hit for Jomirul Islam, who is in an aggressive mode. Ahmed Saifullah, what are you doing? Come on. Bowl the toe crusher. That's six. That's launched all the way. No stands in this ground, otherwise it would be into the stands for six. This is turning out to be the most expensive over of the game. Already 17 runs from the first four legal deliveries. Still a ball to go. Swept in the air over the fielder. 23 run from this Saifullah over, the most expensive of this game. And SPZ Legends, they move to 182. After 16, it's 182 for 2. That's firmly driven for a single only. That's cracked through the covers, and that's gonna race away for another boundary. Mohammad Jomirul Islam is absolutely stealing the spotlight here at Puberga Krida Shikha Pratishthan Ground 1. He moves on to 43 from only 11 deliveries, 2 fours and 5 sixes. And he's striking at the rate of 390. Would you believe it? Slower. Swung away with power and precision. Another boundary gets added to the total. And Jomirul Islam inches closer to his 50. And his team SPZ Legends are inching closer for their team 200. It looks to be a matter of time now. 191 on the board already. And still 7 deliveries to go. They're looking for a couple, but that's straight to the fielders. I don't think they'll run for the second one. So Jamirul Islam keeps the strike for the next over. In fact, that wasn't the last delivery, I beg your pardon. There was an issue with the scorecard. That was the penultimate delivery. The ultimate delivery is coming up right now, and that'll be encountered by Mohammad Maroof. Goes straight up in the air. The bowler is getting under it, but not within his reach. And Maroof doesn't even run for the single. He wants to keep Jomirul into the striking end. The penultimate over is done after 17. It's 192 for 2. So it's gonna be Abu Musa Bijli with the ultimate over, and that's gonna be the fourth over of his quota. So two bowlers were allowed to bowl 4 overs, and starts really well. A quicker delivery, and he tried to stay away from the stumps as well because that would be within the reach of Jomirul Islam, who is looking really good, really devastating, striking at 342.86. 48 from 14. He goes straight down the ground. There's a fielder who will collect it. Oh my goodness, this can be a run out, and he gets out at 49. Alright, so no, he doesn't get out. In fact, he was not running to the danger end. That was Mohammad Maruf who sacrificed his wicket for the sake of saving Jumirul Islam's wicket. However, if he takes a single, then he will also have to retire as per the rule of last man stands. So I'm not quite sure how much that helps SPZ Legends. As the instructions come from the dugout that try to hit a 6 or a boundary, because if you take a single, then you have to retire. So it's better if you can hit a 6 or a 4. That'll add more runs to the total. Go straight, back past the bowler, and that single will bring up the 50 for Jomirul Islam. A devastating knock. 50 from 16 deliveries, 3 boundaries, and 5 monstrous sixes. And he's walking back to the dugout with a big smile on his face. He's elated, and he should be. Lots of appreciation from the dugout. SPZ Legends, 194 for 3, and only 2 balls to spare. That's it, straight to the fielder. Bit of ambivalence between the batters were they to take the single. Shihabul Motin Leon, the new batter, straight away gets off the mark by picking up that single, and this brings Abdul Qadir Jilani Shipon on strike. Right, the final delivery of this innings. If this goes for a 6, 12 runs will be added to the cards. He swings it. There was an inside edge, a thickish one, but straight to the fielder. And there was no urgency of picking up the double because they know. Oh my goodness, they're running back for the second, and they have done it. A lazy throw from the fielder has allowed the batters to steal the second run. This is not expected. However, this ends the first innings of the third and the final game of Boshuntara Sports City Last Man Stands Dhaka League, powered by Ace. SPZ Legends, they collect 197 on the board, and this has been an explosive display of batting by the batters of SPZ. So it's gonna be a tough ask for the batters of Cricketers Comilla. Let's see what do they bring on the table. We will be right back with the run chase. Till then, stay with us.
Welcome back. This is the cricketers Comilla run chase. SPZ legends have played like legends. They've put up a huge total on the board, 197. They scored from their 18 overs. Excellent knocks from Rakin Ahmed, 50 from 23. Khalid Masood, another 50 from 28. But Jamirul Islam stole the show. His 50 came off just 16 deliveries. So 198 is the target. 18 overs to get those runs. More than 10 and over per over. That is the equation for cricketers Comilla. Ahmed Saifullah is the batter on strike. And Khalid Masood, after his exploits with the bat, is in with the ball as well for the first over. That kept low. No pace on the ball at all. Saifullah will get off the mark, and so will cricketers Comilla. They have a big total to chase. No scope for a slow start. They'll have to conserve wickets as well, so pressure from all ends. The bowling effort from cricketers Comilla wasn't the best, and especially in the second half of the innings, they went for a pounding. Coming in around the wicket, a mild appeal, a very polite appeal. Walks on. Is putting in effort in terms of bowling within the stumps. This one again wrapped him on the pads. Will get the single. So the off spinner doing well against both the right hand and the left hand batters. Only 2 runs and 1 ball remain of the first over. Oh, well bowled once again. Just stump to stump, accurate bowling from Khalid Masood. Over number 1 done and dusted. Cricketers Comilla 2 for no loss. Oh, what kind of a flight was that? Startled the batter, and the umpire signals for a no ball and a free hit as well. Exactly the kind of momentum cricketers Comilla would have wanted. Will he go for the big shot? That's way down the leg side. Another wayward delivery. Fielder gingerly walks across to pick up that. Not the best of starts to the over. Leg by signal by the umpire. Back to over the wicket. Went for that big pull. There was a fielder. Wanted to hit it over his head. Unfortunately could not find the bat at all. So the openers for cricketers Comilla struggling at the moment. Saifullah, the batter, again goes across the line. A yes-no situation there. Another dot. He's flighting the ball. Fuad bin Sajjad. A very relaxed man at the moment, especially after his team scored 197, batting first. So this is a good batting wicket overall. The 2 batters so far have not shown that aggressive intent which is required. The required run rate is moving up. 12 and over at the moment. Soft dab for a single. Singles won't mind, won't bother SPZ legends at the moment. Another over comes to an end after 2. Cricketers Comilla 5 for no loss. Stump to stump. Another dot. Piling on the pressure on the 2 openers here. Slightly quicker this time, kept low. Another polite appeal from the wicketkeeper. The bowler unlucky. Only if he could have kept it within the stumps, things could have been different. Saifullah struggling at the moment outside off. Another appeal. This is great bowling. They're finding ways to bowl their overs very quickly here. Just a few steps as he goes for that. That will be a leg by most probably. Initially didn't look like it hit the bat. We'll have to look for the umpire's signal. Yes, it is a leg by signaled by the umpire. So 2 runs added to the score. Still no boundaries, no 4s, no 6s in this cricketers Comilla batting innings. Saifullah and Ardiullah struggling. This time high up in the air. Catch it is the call. What a catch! One of the catches of the match, if you'd ask me. Finally went for that big shot. Ahmed Saifullah holding out in the deep. The fielder at deep mid-wicket with an excellent catch. Leon the fielder. He will be proud of that effort, and so will be their captain. Cricketers Comilla lose their first 7 for 1 after 3 overs. A grunt, some effort put in there, but not so much pace. Almost a double bluff from the bowler. Fuad bin Sajjad bowled the previous over, just conceded 3 runs. This is his second. The 1 wicket to fall for cricketers Comilla. Khalid Masood caught that. Again down the leg. It is a wide. Fuad specifically struggling against the left-handed batter. The stature of the batter very much similar to a certain Mominul Haq who plays for the Bangladesh national side. Wrapped onto the pads, no appeal at all. Ahmed Al-Ardiullah has been struggling. Struggling for form, struggling for timing. Even when there are acres of spaces on either sides, not being able to get anything off the bat at the moment. This time hits it straight past the bowler. Juggles around, allows the batter to get that single comfortably in the end. Now Fuad bin Sajjad himself might be a bit comfortable bowling against a right-handed batter, the new man, Abir Hassan. Went for it. Thick outside edge. The ball is racing towards the boundary. Good footwork from the fielder. The batters will go for just 1 run. There's an overthrow, but no extras being taken over there. 1 more delivery left in the over. Comilla cricketers have crawled on to 10 for the loss of 1 wicket. Waited for it. Timing wasn't there once again. A single from Ardiullah to end another over. Cricketers Comilla 11 for 1 after 4. That struck well past the fielder. Finally the first boundary of the Cricketers Comilla batting innings. Off the bat of Ardiullah. He's been struggling for form, struggling for timing. But finally gets one of the middle of the bat. Goes for it once again. Mid-off was up and the ball went over his head. Crawling into another boundary here. So all of a sudden, some momentum in the Cricketers Comilla batting innings. Ahmed Al-Ardiullah moves on to 15 of 12 deliveries. A couple of boundaries to his name. Back-to-back fours. Another nicely driven shot. The fielder chasing almost casually over there. The batters will put the effort. Another couple of runs. So this is turning out to be a relatively expensive over from Khaled Masood. Oh, under edge, almost drags it back to the stumps. The bowler slightly unlucky. But we can all see what Ardiullah is trying to do. Decisive, either goes for the front foot shot or rocks back just like that. But that was a delivery that turned a bit. End of over number 5. Cricketers Comilla 22 for 1. And time for a change in the comm box.
Thank you so much, Ahmed bin Parviz. That struck hard straight down the ground, over long off for a 6. The first over boundary. What a welcome, what a reception I received from Abir Hassan. That was his second delivery, and he belted it out of the park. Full toss, swung away leg side, fielder should collect it easily. Fuad bin Sajjad gets his first wicket. Abir succumbs after hitting a big 6 over long off. The second one falls down for Cricketers Comilla. It's 28 for 2. So the new batter comes to the middle. It's Abu Musa Bijli, who just tucks it away and picks up a single. Mohammad Fuad bin Sajjad, the skipper of SPZ Legends, is bowling his third over. 14 runs conceded already. That's slightly wide. Pushed by Adriullah. A left-hand right-hand combination is out. In regular cricket, it could be a headache for the captain because after every single he would have to replace his fielders. But in LMS, you don't have to be bothered about it. Hence, there is a regular setup of field, 4 fielders on the off, 4 on the on. Apart from the bowling power play, the setup of the fielders will have to be the same. During the bowling power play, the skipper is allowed to station his fielders, 4 fielders in fact, in a particular side. Anyways, that has completed the 6th over. It's 31 for 2. A vastly experienced campaigner, one of the members of the World Cup winning last man stand side, Ikazit Shipon with his first over. He will be eyeing for the pads. He can cram the batter for some space and trap the batters in front. Abu Musa Bijli is also an experienced batter, so then the ray of the hope will get thinner for the double C's. Adriullah is in the middle for quite some time. He needs to open up, although the field setup has been more aggressive. This could be a run out, my words. The keeper somehow made a fumble and failed it to break the stumps. Failed to break the stumps, but interesting setup of field because almost all the fielders are inside the ring, and that will cost a boundary. The fielder was after it. It was a teaser, but the ball wins the race. I don't know what's the need of bringing the fielders inside the 30-yard ring. Adriullah is not someone who is picking up singles with the soft hand push or those pushes into the gap. It's like a gift of a field setup for someone like Adriullah. He would love to play those lusty blows over the head of the fielders, and if he somehow can clear the 30-yard ring, boundaries will be confirmed. Once again, he looks to go hard, misses it somehow. Overdone, 36 for 2. Well, now Mohammad Fuad bin Sajjad has turned into a leg spinner. He's trying out everything today. He's bowling his 4th and the final over. Straight up, but no fielder under it. Lands safely in the no man's land, and that happens quite often in last man stands since all the fielders usually patrol the boundary lines. The batters have that luxury of playing those aerial balls. That's cracked to the offside. The fielder will have to cut this one off, and he does well. It's been a good outing from Fuad bin Sajjad. 19 run conceded and a wicket as well under his belt. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! The fielder didn't even have any idea where the ball is. He was completely absent-minded. And the ball just went past for a boundary. What are they doing? My words. He seemed to be lost. Completely lost. A boundary for Adriullah. His fourth boundary of this innings. And he would love to have a lot of more boundaries. Once again, that's in the gap. But this time around, Abdul Qadir Zilani Shipon is agile. And he keeps it to a single. So after 8, it's 44 for 2. Shipon returns. Starts off with a wayward delivery. And that's been guided towards deep third for a single. So the batters are milking runs. But that won't really help. They're chasing a mammoth total. The asking rate is 15.61 and the current rate is 5.49, which is absolutely absurd. They should start finding boundaries. Abu Musa Bijli and Adriullah, both of them are in the middle for a long time, so they have to find boundaries if they want to chase this mammoth total. I don't see there is any alternative of boundaries. After every delivery, after every single, the asking rate is mounting. And this will keep mounting if they can't hit sixes or fours. All right, all right. That was a leg spinner from Shipon, which is commonly known as Chinaman bowling when the lefties bowl leg spin. Once again, he does it. Straight to the fielder, Adriullah gets a single. So this single in fact completes the 9th over. 47 on the board and loss of a couple of wickets. So a new bowler has been introduced. It's Shihabul Motin Leon for the over number 10. Since we're halfway through this innings, the end has also been changed. Straight to the fielder once again. Adriullah is dealing in singles, but that won't really help his side. The asking rate is now 17.44, which is seeming really high. On the pads, just clips it. Does Abu Musa Bijli. He's not even enthusiastic to hit the big blows either. Rather, they're being calm and composed, just keeping the scoreboard ticking over. So 3 singles from the first 4 deliveries of this Leon over. Has been a stingy one. In fact, all the bowlers, they have been quite economical. Khalid Masood, Fuad bin Sajjad, Abdul Qadir Zilani, all of them bowled well, but this time it's in the gap. And this boundary will spoil an economical over from Shihabul Motin Leon. A boundary to complete the 10th over. It's 54 for 2. And for the next 4 overs, you will have the voice of Ahmed bin Parvez with you.
A dot to start off over number 11. Abdul Qadir Zilani, the ball in hand. Another left arm spinner. Almost at catching height. The bowler doesn't seem to have that appetite. Just going through the motions at the moment, both the teams. Cricketers Comilla so far away from the requirement. They need to score at almost 19 and over to win this game. The target is 198. They're at 55 for 2. Onto the back foot, nicely struck. There was a struggle from the fielder. He's put in a valiant effort out there. Caught on the cameras, but in the end, could not prevent the boundary. Abu Musa Bijli would have to do something lightning quick from here on if he wants his team to get close, even close to the required total. Flighted, well bowled, wrapped on his front foot there. Abu Musa Bijli will just go through with another delivery now. Jilani keeps it tight within the stumps. This time with the turn, guided towards third. He will get a single. Rotation of strike happens, but the end of the over as well. So Ardiullah on 33 will still have to wait for his turn. Bijli is back on strike. 16 of 12 deliveries. Just a couple of boundaries to his name. Cricketers Comilla 60 for 2 after 11 overs. Stump to stump bowling there from Leon. He's the 4th bowler who's introduced into the attack. We've seen Fuad bin Sajjad already complete his 4 over quota. 1 for 24 to him. Khalid Masood 3 overs, 1 for 15. Abdul Qadir Zilani 3 overs, none for 14. That's driven past the bowler. Not the best of timing there from the batter. Bijli will just manage a single. So the wicket has played pretty fairly for both sides, especially for the batters. They have the option of playing through the line. RD back on strike, but that one just cut him into half. An effort delivery from Leon, keeping it tight. Just went over the stumps. Slightly lucky there, the opening batter. Ahmed Al-Ardiullah, 33 of 32, 4 boundaries. Slightly shorter this time, but cannot find even a single. So this is good bowling, controlled bowling from Shihibul Motin Leon, beg your pardon. The final delivery of the over. Played inside out, over the top, will find the gap. But yes, it will find the boundary as well. So a nicely struck boundary to end the over after 12. Cricketers Comilla 67 for 2. A fifth bowler being introduced here by the SPZ Legends team. Jamirul Islam, the new bowler. Driven, finds the gap, timed very well. That will race off to the boundary. Some spectators sitting there beside the manual scoreboard will send the ball back. Good way to start the over from Abu Musa Bijli. 23 of 15 now. Jamirul Islam scored his 50 from just 16 deliveries. So he actually showed the way. Was a trailblazer with the bat. Also trying to contribute with ball in hand. Well bowled. Effort ball. A play and a miss. Again off the back foot. There is a big gap in the cover region. He'll find it once again. As spoken before, Bijli will need to have a lightning quick knock over here. Looks like a pretty solid batter. He's got all the basics right. Very quick to read the length of the ball. Stroke of the front foot, then of the back foot, both through the covers, finding the gap. Again, cuts it, but this time just a single. So after a long while, Ardiullah is back on strike, and he will face the final delivery of the 13th over. Cricketers Comilla crawling in their batting innings, batting at 5.94 to the over. The requirement is around 24 per over, so it's almost an impossible task. That's a high full toss. Could have been dangerous for the batter. Good thing he had his helmet on, his bat. A good show of sportsmanship from the bowler there. Yes, it is a no ball. It was a very high full toss. A dangerous delivery from Abu Musa. In fact, from Jamirul Islam. It's already conceded 11 runs from this over. So cricketers Comilla move on to 78 for 2. A free hit and an opportunity for Bijli to make this an even expensive over. That was short, well bowled. The timing wasn't there, but they will scamper for a single. End of another over after over number 13. Cricketers Comilla 79 for 2. They still need 119 runs from 5 overs. With the light dying, both teams would like to finish this match almost in a hurry. Another spinner being introduced. Bowler number 6, Mohammad Maruf, starts off with a wide down leg. Not a good start. This time within the stumps, but struck well. The player at long off will give up the chase. It is a boundary from the bat of Bijli once again. 34 of 21 now. 5 boundaries. A strike rate of 161 from Abu Musa Bijli. He's giving him some late evening entertainment here at the Puberga Kriya Shikha Pratishthan, ground number 1. The LMS is back after quite a few months. This was match day 1. 3 matches being played in total. A special format with some special performances throughout the day. And at the moment, it's Bijli who's taking center stage. 34 of 21. Driven straight back. Can't find the gap. There is a gap between long off and long on. A huge gap straight down the ground. Will he be eyeing that region? That is the question. Maruf with the next one. Bowled him! A perfect delivery from the left arm spinner. Beats the outside edge. Hits the timber. And Abu Musa Bijli has to walk back. Clean bowled by Mohammad Maruf, who will enjoy this wicket for sure. Cricketers Comilla lose their third. He's played a good hand. Bijli put in a good effort, a good shift with the ball as well. So he had a good outing overall. But his runs not being a contributing factor for cricketers Comilla in this humongous run chase. They're on 84 for 3 at the moment. Still need 114 runs with just 22 balls remaining. Almost an impossible task here, even for the most optimistic one. The new batter gradually makes his way in. Mohammad Mehdi. Let's see what he is made of. Is he going to go big straight away, or will he take his time? There is no time for cricketers Comilla at the moment. Maruf will be elated. 2 more deliveries of this over. SPZ legends gradually moving on to another victory here. Well bowled. Teases the outside edge of the batter, who's new in the crease with light fading. Not the best situation for the batters to have a sighter. This time he goes big. That was a brave shot in between the 2 fielders, but in the end, the ball is somehow kept within the boundary circle. So you'll get just a single and the end of yet another over. After 14, cricketers Comilla are 85 for 3. An opportunity for a change in voices in the commentary box as well. Alif Tasnim will take you through the end of the match.
Thanks a bunch, Ahmed bin Parvez. That's straight to the fielder for a single only. But as he already mentioned, my co-commentator, that singles won't be enough. The required rate is almost 30 and the run rate is 6.06. Edged away, not in the gap. Will be straight to Fuad bin Sajjad, who doesn't even have to move even an inch for collecting that. Ahmed Al-Adriullah has played a decent knock, 40 from 36. Of course, not as par the need of the game. However, that'll of course give him a lot of confidence. That was swept from deep mid wicket. He collects a single. Well bowled over the bowler. Now the question is, will Adriullah be able to complete his 50? He's batting at 41 and he needs 9 runs. The batters were thinking of the second run as well. However, eventually they decided against it. All these live pictures are coming to you from Pubergao Krida Shikha Pratishthan Ground 1. You are watching Boshundhara Sports City Last Man Stands Dhaka League, powered by ACE and sponsored by T Sports. Last Man Stands, it's the biggest platform for the amateur cricketers to showcase their talent and the passion for the game. Bowled him! Bullseye! From Abdul Qadir Zilani Shipon. Mohammad Mehdi was looking to go for a big shot, but you miss, I hit. Mehdi missed, Shipon hits. It's 90 for 4. In the air, but well above the head of the bowler. Mohammad Maruf, in fact, was the bowler, not Shipon. I beg your pardon. There was a mistake. Played it high, played it long. Fielders were converging. But eventually safe landing for Adriullah. Bowled him! Another one bites the dust. It's Mazharul Ahmed, who bowled really well. But that's wicket number 3 for Mohammad Maruf. After 16, it's 92 for 5. So Jumeirul Islam, who had a great outing with the bat in hand, has arrived for his second over, conceded 13 runs from his first. A tad bit expensive compared to the other bowlers. Wrapped on the pads. Once again, Adriullah gets a single through leg by perhaps. No, that was off the bat. Perhaps there was an inside edge. No signal from the umpire came. Jumeirul Islam has been the most expensive of this innings, as I already mentioned. Once again, wrapping it onto the pads. The appeal was relatively more vociferous compared to the previous ones. However, no response from the umpire, Shafat Amin. That swept in the gap. 4 runs. Tanvir Akash got off the mark in some fashion. And if you ask me what's the asking rate, it's 71.43, which is absolutely impossible. 100 runs to get from the last 7 deliveries. If every delivery goes for a 6, then it will be 36 plus 12, 48 runs. It's not even possible to get closer to the target. Tanvir Akash once again sweeps it. Now 2 lefties are in the middle for the first time in this innings for the double Cs. Interestingly, Jumeirul Islam is coming from over the wicket against Adriullah, who moves on to 45 from 41 with 5 boundaries under his belt. And this completes the penultimate over. After 17, it's 100 for 5. Cricketers Comilla, the 100 is on the board. Edged away but straight to Fuad bin Sajjad. Will just be a single. The question was, will Adriullah be able to get his 50? He has come back for the second, so he moves on to 47 from 42. It's very much possible to collect 3 more runs. He hits it hard. In the gap, there's a fielder. He's coming back for the second. And bit of lazy throw allows Adriullah to complete the second run. The fielding could be slightly better. However, that's good running from Adriullah. He hits it straight. That's his 50. That's gone all the way for a boundary, and Adriullah reaches his 50. 53 from 44 with 6 boundaries with a strike rate of 120. He is receiving a massive applause from the dugout as well as the players who are playing against him. Right, he's raising his bat and he should have a big smile on his face because he's achieved something humongous, which is a rare scene for someone who is only 11 and playing against the players who are mostly over 30 and 35. This is a colossal achievement for Adriullah. Goes for the reverse, but misses it completely. A mild appeal as well, but that completes the third and the final game of the day. And cricketers Comilla, they're done and dusted with 109 runs and 5 wickets. As SPZ Legends win the game with a bonus point. So it's a victory by 88 runs by RCC SPZ Legends. A comprehensive one, certainly. And that's it from today's live broadcast. We will be right back tomorrow. Till then, stay with us.